Hello. Good morning, students. 7th standard. So today, 7th standard, I already have recorded one video about the second chapter. Now first chapter I am adding it. Okay. What my aim is to see, if you see in your chapter list, chapter number 1, environment inside our earth. These are 1 point. These are 2 lessons but 1 point. Chapter number 3, 4 and 5 are changing earth, air and water. This is one topic, but that is divided into 3 chapters. Now what happens if we learn it like a portion, like a story, so you will understand it more, and that is my aim to go through. What now, see, I have written both the points, but I am going to send for both the points I am going to send 2 different videos at a time, so that you will understand at a time the whole story, what it is. Okay, in the second chapter explaining of this, I have used some projector effects also and recorded it, that I am going to send it today. Now let us start with the first chapter. What is the first chapter? Environment. Environment, you see around you, everything is environment. There's a figure given on this page. You can find it out in your book, what it actually explains. See, environments, the components of environment. Let me tell you the definition of the environment first. What is environment? See, envire, the word came from Latin English, that means to wire, envire, to wire, to surrounding, to make around. Okay, so whatever is surrounding us, in our surrounding, that is the part of environment. It is called as environment. Now in this, I'll see there are components of environment. How? See, environment means the plants you see is environment, the land you see is part of environment, the vehicles, the classroom, the material, you and me are the part of environment, are the components of environment. Now this environment is mainly differentiated, sorted into 2 things: biotic and abiotic. Biotic and abiotic. Now biotic environment, now see, whatever is natural is biotic and whatever is unnatural is abiotic. If we are in the science class, the meaning of biotic and abiotic will be a little different. We are in the SS geography class. For us, the meaning of biotic is whatever is natural in the environment, that is biotic. Okay, and whatever is unnatural. Now what is unnatural? What is unnatural? The car you sit is unnatural. The board you see is unnatural. The mobile in which we are recording is human made, unnatural. Okay, the chalk I am using to write is unnatural. We have made it from natural things, but it is abiotic. It is not natural. So this way it is differentiated. Now when it is said, environment that we are going to learn, there are 3 main components of environments mainly. Okay, this chapter is of 3 pages only, 2 pages only. Okay, but that is only one topic that you need to understand, and that is environment has 3 components: natural, human and human made. To make you understand quickly the lesson and the notes of the lesson that I am going to send you, I have already written it into tree diagram. Okay, into tree diagram. Now see, these are the components of environment. 1, natural. 2, human. 3, human made. Now what is natural? Everything that you find on the earth is natural. The mountains are natural, the rivers are natural, the plants are natural, the land, the soil, the rocks, the sand, the marbles. Okay, these are natural things. These are natural things. That is the first component of environment. The second component of environment is human beings, you and me. We human beings are component of environment. Now see, whether we are natural or unnatural, we are natural. we are natural. Okay, we are not unnatural, but we have our own reproduction system, which is due to the human civilization has evolved in this last 5,000 years in such a great way that we have now even started in the genetic field also, okay, making changes. So we are making changes, and that is why we consider as, because we are studying the environment and we have put the environment study, right? किसने शुरुआत की है environment की? हमने स्टडी करने की, ठीक है. इन्वायरमेंट हमें दिया हुआ है, प्लांट्स ऑटोमेटिकली उग जाते हैं, है ना. एवरीवेयर यू गोस दैट दीज बनियान ट्री, पीपल ट्रीज, ये अपने आप ऑटोमेटिकली आ जाते हैं, कहीं पे भी उग जाते हैं. उनको उनका रिप्रोडक्शन सिस्टम नेचुरली जैसा है वैसा है. हमारा भी रिप्रोडक्शन सिस्टम नेचुरली है, बट वी इन इवॉल्विंग प्रोसेस वी आर मेकिंग चेंजेस. हमने अपने आप को, ह्यूमंस को चेंज करना स्टार्ट कर दिया, है ना. वी आर चेंजिंग. हमने अपने आप को चेंज करके रखा हुआ है, हर सिस्टम में चेंज करके रखा हुआ है. सो अभी तो ह्यूमन बीइंग्स आर चेंजिंग ऑन द जेनेटिकल बेसिस. लाइकवाइज फ्यूचर में ऐसा वक्त आने वाला है कि मेरा बच्चा होशियार होना चाहिए म्यूज़िक में, तो उसको म्यूज़िक के जेनेटिक्स का मॉडिफिकेशन करेंगे, सो वो म्यूज़िक में बहुत आगे बढ़ेगा, है ना. अभी भी है. हम क्या करते हैं, साइंटिफिकली हो या ऑल ट्रेडिशनली हो, हम कुछ ना कुछ यूज़ करते हैं. ह्यूमन बीइंग्स क्या करते हैं, जब वो जो माता होती है, व्हेन शी इज़ शी इज़ विशिंग टू गिव बर्थ टू ए चाइल्ड, व्हाट शी स्टार्ट्स रीडिंग, शी स्टार्ट्स टेलिंग. बच्चा छोटा होता है, 1 साल का 2 साल का, हम उसको सिखाना शुरुआत करते हैं. क्या? यू बिकम ए फुटबॉल प्लेयर, यू बिकम एन इंजीनियर. तो उसको वैसे हम ट्रेनिंग देते हैं, है ना. इस एजुकेशन सिस्टम में भी, स्कूल में भी हम क्या करते हैं, सम स्टूडेंट्स आर ट्रेंड इन मैथमेटिक्स, सम स्टूडेंट्स आर ट्रेंड इन इंग्लिश, सम आर ट्रेंड इन एंकरिंग एंड ऑल, सम आर ट्रेंड इन म्यूजिक, सम आर ट्रेंड इन सिंगिंग. सो दिस वी आर कंट्रोलिंग ourselves. We are controlling ourselves. That is why, and we are the learner of the environment and study the environment. So we have kept ourselves separate. It's not like that somebody has said कि humans are something unnatural. No, we are natural. We are still natural, and only we are controlling ourselves. So it is we as humans are the second component. There are 2 main components, that is natural and human made, but I have kept humans as a third component. Okay, now what happens, human made. What is human made environment? You see around you, in your surrounding, what you find most? Do you find the plants, trees? If you are in the house, what you find? Everything, 90% things that you find in your house are not natural. Okay, and they are abiotic, human made. They are human made. For example, the sofa set that you are using in the house, human made. The cot you are using in the house, human made. The car you are using for traveling, that is human made. The pens and pencil and what you call books and notebooks, these are human made. Not only that, you are cooking. Okay, you are cooking. What you are cooking? You are cooking, making rotis. And that comes from nature, but who is controlling it? Farming. We are farming it, and bananas are available in the forest also, but we are farming bananas. हम क्या करते हैं? फार्मिंग करते हैं. That is human made. ओके, हम उसको, और उस पर हमने क्या किया, नेचुरल बनानाज. हम वी ईटिंग नेचुरल बनानाज नाउ डेज? नो, वी हैव मेड सम जेनेटिकल चेंजेस. बनाना बड़ा होना चाहिए, मीठा होना चाहिए, तो उसके लिए अलग है. शुगर केन, गन्ना, शुगर केन. अब शुगर केन के कितनी वैरायटीज़ है? अब नेचर ने हमको इतनी वैरायटीज़ दी है क्या? नहीं, नेचर ने हमको लिमिटेड वैरायटीज़ दी. जैसे कि सपोज ऑनियन है, छोटा ऑनियन है. हम महाराष्ट्र में क्या आता है? छोटा रेड कलर का ऑनियन आता है, वाइट कलर का ऑनियन आता है, छोटा होता है. पोटैटो है, छोटा होता है. ओके, बट इफ़ यू गो इन नॉर्थ इंडियन पार्ट, वहाँ पे कैसा होता है? बड़ा पोटैटो आता है, बड़ा ऑनियन आता है, उसका साइज़ बड़ा है. क्यों? क्योंकि उसकी वैरायटी ह्यूमंस ने चेंज कर दी टिश्यू कल्चर से. ठीक है, टिश्यू कल्चर से उसकी वैरायटी चेंज कर दी. सेम टिश्यू कल्चर से फॉरेन कंट्रीज़ में भी है. है ना। हम पहले देखते थे कि मिर्च जो होती है वो कौन से कलर की आती है, ग्रीन कलर की आती है, रेड कलर की आती है, राइट। अभी उसका जो फॉर्म्स है चेंज हो गए, है ना। वो लेडी, उसके बाद में हम वो ये देखेंगे वेजिटेबल्स देखेंगे, जैसे कि फ्लावर, ओके, सो ग्रीन फ्लावर एंड cabbage, okay. Now cabbage is available in the colors. It was available only in white and green first. Now it is available in brown also, okay. And this capsicum, okay, capsicum is also available in 2-3 colors, something like blue, red. Now red is become a little brownish red and black. So these are available. What is this? This is human made change. Human made. ब्रिंजल कैसे होते हैं, बैंगन कैसे होते हैं, गोल मटोल। अभी ब्रिंजल्स, चाइनीज़ ब्रिंजल्स बड़े बड़े लंबे लंबे होते हैं, है ना। सो हु मेड चेंज? दैट कंट्री विद द टिश्यू कल्चर, उसके साथ एक्सपेरिमेंट करके उसको चेंज कर दिया। सो दिस काइंड ऑफ चेंजेस आर ह्यूमन मेड चेंजेस. These kind of changes are human made changes. So these are the 3 components that we are going to study. Let me explain one by one. Natural, the first component of environment. Now what happens in it? What happens in this section in the natural? Lithosphere. What is lithosphere? Lithosphere is related. Now this whole chapter lithosphere is explained over here in the second chapter. That is why I said ये पूरा क्या है, एक टॉपिक है, only one topic, okay. And lesson number 3, 4, 5 is one topic, the changing our earth में. So what happens? Lithosphere. Lithosphere means the interior of the earth, inside of our earth, the interior of the earth and the parts of earth. For example, soil is a part of earth. If you go and enter in the inside of the earth, what will happen? You will find several kind of rocks: white rocks, black rocks, red rocks, yellow rocks, okay, gray rocks. So what they are? They are the part of lithosphere. Lithosphere is the upper part, that is earth crust, up to 35 kilometer, that earth crust. The upper part has many variations. Somewhere it is deep, somewhere it is up. The upper part, the part which is gone up from the other part is called as mountain. So there are mountains on the earth which is the part of lithosphere. Somewhere there are valleys, those are also part of lithosphere. So these mountains, valleys, grounds and plateaus are the part of lithosphere. Found in this physical features, we find soil, sand, rocks, several types of rocks. I have already I am going to explain it in the second chapter. So I have already written over here the names: igneous rock, sedimentary rock and metamorphic rocks. Okay, so these kind of rocks are found. In those rocks there are many varieties then. Some rocks are black, some are grey, some are sedimentary or grey, and they change color, and even their minerals they are different. They are different. So that part is called as lithosphere. Lithosphere is the natural component of the environment. It is given naturally. Humans have not made the soil, humans have not made the marbles, humans have not made the rocks. Humans are using the rocks, cutting them and making them shapes. That is a different thing. But lithosphere is the environmental component. Second, hydrosphere. Hydrosphere means hydro means water. So water is the second component of the environment. The water we find in the ocean, the water we find in the river, the water we find in the lakes, the water we find in the clouds, these are the part of lithosphere. So in lithosphere, this is all naturally done. We human beings have not made any such kind of science to make water possible, okay, in plenty of numbers. In the experiment in the science lab, we can make some 2-3 drops of water, okay, using the hydrogen and oxygen. We know that, we have understood how the water is created on the earth, we have seen the history of the water, but the water available on the earth is naturally, it is not made in the factories and industries. Nowadays the water we are refining and using it for drinking purpose and several other purposes. That is the second part in human made resources or human made environment. Hydrosphere, so the ocean, related to ocean, that oceanic water has different taste, river water has different taste. Even if you pump water from some soil, from the ground, it has different taste. Waters in the lake are different, some lakes are salty, some lakes are sweet, some lakes are having hot water, some lakes are having cold water. So these are the different things found in hydrosphere, and hydrosphere is the second component in the natural environment. Atmosphere, from the land up to 16 kilometers up in the sky, all the sides of the earth is covered with by different layers of air. That air is around the earth, and this is called as atmosphere. Now atmosphere is a great part of environment. Now see, the atmosphere in Jalgaon is hot, while at Mahabaleshwar it is cold. The atmosphere in India in average is hot, but the atmosphere in Russia is very cold. So atmosphere depends on the lithosphere and hydrosphere conditions of the earth, and it is changing. How I'll tell you. See, lithosphere, how it changes according to lithosphere. Mountains, on the high mountains, part of lithosphere, on the high mountains the atmosphere is cold. In the valleys the atmosphere is cold, but on the plateaus and plains the atmosphere is hot. Why? Because the area of receiving the sunlight goes more, and that is why it is hot. So it is changing. Hydrosphere, how it changes by hydrosphere. If a country or a part of land is surrounded by the oceans, the atmosphere changes. For example, the atmosphere in Thailand is so pure because it is surrounded by the oceans in all the sides. It's a small land surrounded by ocean all the sides, and due to small part, the ocean from the ocean water, from the ocean part, the winds are blowing every day from this side to that side. In the night they come from the ocean towards the land, in the daytime they go towards the ocean. This happens. So this is happening. This kind of things have changed the atmosphere there in Thailand and the atmosphere. So a little disturbance. Now this I have explained lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere. Let us have some words from the textbook about the lithosphere, okay, and atmosphere. So lithosphere is solid crust or the hard top layer of the earth. It is made up of rocks and minerals covered by a thin layer of soil. It is an irregular surface with various inland forms such as mountains, plateaus, plains, valleys, etc. Landforms are found over the continents and also on the ocean floors. The landforms are found in the hydrosphere also. Under the water, there are mountains, plateaus and plains in the ocean. Okay. So landforms are found there also, and the landforms are found on the land that we have seen. That is part of lithosphere. Lithosphere is the domain that provides us forest, grasslands, agriculture and human settlement. So what is lithosphere? Forest, grasslands, agriculture and human settlements. For what it means? Forest, you know very well, we are using the forest. Forest is the habitat of animals, wild animals, and forest is also our source of woods and other things. Okay. Then grasslands, The grazing lands mainly found in Australia, Africa, in such countries, the America, so grasslands are found. Okay. The third one, agriculture. You are very well known with this word agriculture. We are using land for agriculture. Several lands. We are using mountain lands for producing tea products. Okay. We are using the plateaus and plains for several kind of agricultural product. For example, you start from India. Punjab is famous for wheat, while South India is famous for rice production. Here in Maharashtra is famous for cotton and chili. So this is the use of lithosphere for us. The domain of water is referred to as hydrosphere. It comprises various sources of water and different types of water bodies like rivers, lakes, seas, ocean, etc. Atmosphere. Third point. The atmosphere is the thin layer of the air that surrounds the earth. The gravitational force of the earth holds the atmosphere around it and it protects us. So the air, rays, heat, sun rays, that is contained in the atmosphere. So atmosphere is made up of several gases, dust, sun rays, heat. So these are the part of atmosphere. Human as we are also the important component of nature, because we are consuming the environment as well as we are using the environment and we are preserving the environment. We are protesting also. We are using the environment, but there are many people, those are protecting the environment. For example, Indian government has started now, and you and I, we have planted many trees around our houses, in the school, and everywhere there we found the land. So we are protecting the environment by planting the trees. So human is the second important part. Third one, the human made. See, I have written the first point is barter system. Now in the ancient time, human started using the environmental resources in the barter system. Give and take business. That means you want wheat, you give rice and get the wheat. If you want rice, you give wheat and get the rice. So if you want clothes, give some wheat from you and get the clothes. So that was the barter system that started. Now in the modern system, we are using products, farming products, industries. These are the main parts and portions of human made. Let us have the words. Let us go through the words. Those are explaining human environment in the book. Human beings interact with the environment and modify it accordingly to their needs. Early humans adapted themselves to the natural surrounding. They led a simple life and fulfilled their requirements by using the barter system. Now the human beings developed, and what developed? Industries revolution enabled large scale production, transportation became faster, information revolution made communication easier and speedy across the world. We are not only using the environment, we are using on the earth, we are using the environment of this. Hydrosphere also is being used, and atmosphere is also being used by the human beings. How? Lithosphere is used in the field of agriculture, industries, transportation, minerals. We get the iron from the lithosphere and we are making cars and vehicles out of it. Then hydrosphere, on the water we are getting fishes. Fishing is the main business now. Then transportation is done from one country to another country. Mainly the transportation is done by the waterways because it is the cheapest way. So we are using the hydrosphere also. And third one is atmosphere. How we are using the atmosphere? See, we are using planes. So planes are flying in the atmosphere. Second thing, we are using the atmosphere mainly in service sector. For your mobile, right? Now mobile has no cord. How the signal comes from another place? Using the atmosphere. The gases, the rays in the atmosphere, the molecules, dust, everything, this comprises the atmosphere, and they help to transmit the messages, rays. And those rays travel in the atmosphere. This happens only in the atmosphere. Out of the atmosphere, in the vanity, in the universe, it does not happens. it does not happen. There we have to use direct rays, for example from the Mars. Now you might have heard, हमने सुना है ना, चांद पे से फोटो भेजे, अर्थ पे, मार्स पे गया प्लेन, वहाँ से फ़ोटो आए. कैसे आए? फ़ोटो निकाल के वो डायरेक्टली भेजे हैं? नॉट. The photos are taken and those are sent in the information, coded information, rays information that reaches on the earth, and that is again transmitted into the form of photos. So this happens, rays can travel in the vanity, other things, signals cannot travel in the vanity. So we are now using mainly this speedy system. Due to atmosphere it is possible for us. From the atmosphere only we are survival, our survival depends on the atmosphere, because atmosphere protects us from the hot gamma sun rays, and we are protected due to atmosphere because it goes on filtering, comes to us. Okay, it goes on filtering in the atmosphere when it comes to us, and that is how atmosphere is also being used by us. So these are the three important things, those are explained here in this lesson. Dear student, read the lesson properly. I have explained each and every point. With that, if you want to go to the words, read the lesson properly, understand it and convey me. I am sending you the PDF files of the homework and the notes also. The notes are very little, one page only like this, and the solution that I am sending you. Now the second lesson, I will start the lesson introduction, because it is the topic of the natural resources, that is lithosphere. Natural environment, that is lithosphere. Now in the second topic, what you are going to learn is interior of the earth, which is mainly made up of crust, mantle, which is mainly made up of crust, mantle and core. Crust is the first layer of the earth that we are walking on, we are standing on. It goes extending up to 35 kilometers, and it is mainly constituted of silica and alumina, so it is also called as Sial. And mantle, 2900 kilometer it extends beyond the crust, and it is mainly made up of Sial and magnesium, so it is also called as Saima. Then core is divided into two parts, that is inner core and outer core. The outer core extends up to 3500 kilometer, which is inner core and outer core are made up of lava that is in the earth, of inside the earth. Okay, so that we are going to learn. Then the second point will be rocks and minerals. What kind of rocks and minerals are found on the earth? Mainly there are three types of rocks which are found on the earth: igneous rocks, then sedimentary rocks and metamorphic rocks. See, what is igneous rocks? Igneous rocks is the type when the lava comes out of the earth from the open sources or earthquake or volcano. Open sources means volcano, live volcanoes. So those that lava, when it comes on the earth, cools down, turns into solid and turns into rock. Those rocks are called as igneous rocks. These igneous rocks are eroded due to rain, due to river, due to air pressure, due to sun rays, है ना. बड़े बड़े जो रॉक्स होते हैं, दे आर क्रैक्ड, उनमें क्रैक जाता है, हीट की वजह से उनमें बारिश का पानी जाता है उस क्रैक्स में, और वो क्या हो जाते हैं, सेपरेट हो जाते हैं, छोटे होते हैं, फिर छोटे रॉक्स बनते हैं. देन द स्मॉल रॉक्स आर टर्न्ड इनटू सैंड, एंड दैट सैंड फ्लोज विद द रिवर वाटर, और रिवर वाटर के साथ वो बहता जाता है. फिर एक जगह रिवर वाटर क्या करता है, उसको लॉक के साइड में डाल देता है. वहाँ पे डालने के बाद वन लेयर इज सेड. देन नेक्स्ट फ्लड में वो क्या करती है, रिवर और मिट्टी लेके आती है उसके ऊपर, और तीसरे इसमें, और ऐसे बहुत बार आने से ऊपर के लेयर का प्रेशर नीचे के लेयर पे बढ़ते जाता है, और वो जो मिट्टी है एक के ऊपर एक दबकर द लेयर ऑन लेयर makes a pressure to contradict, to compress the soil into rocks, and those rocks are called as sedimentary rock. And metamorphic rocks are, see, in the earth crust, or these sedimentary rocks which are created sometimes due to earthquake, they turn. दे क्रैक, वो छोटे हो जाते, टुकड़े हो जाते, अलग हो जाते हैं, दे आर कॉल्ड मेटामॉर्फिक रॉक्स. सो दीज आर द 3 types of rocks explained in the second topic. So second chapter, this is second chapter. For that I am sending you one video with the presentation how it happens actually. Okay, so these 2 topics are one point only. These 2 topics are one point only related to one subject. That is why I have explained lesson number 1 and lesson number 2 at a time. Okay, but for lesson number 2 for more explanation I am sending you the video. Okay, good day students, wait for my notes and wait for the homework. Thank you.